this story about a 7-Eleven employee that was brutally beaten by her manager. Check it out.
A family grieving tonight after they say a young woman was beaten by her supervisor after showing up for work at a Hollywood convenience store last week. Jessica McLaughlin walked into work at 7-Eleven in Hollywood and was assaulted. Tonight, she's on life support at the hospital.
Her family is searching for answers in what they're calling a senseless and baseless attack as police search for her attacker. KTLA's Mary Beth McDade joins us live in Hollywood with details on this tragedy and reaction from the family. MB.
Yeah, and John, her family says that she has a big heart, loves children, and always puts family first. And now her family is preparing to say their final goodbyes on Wednesday when they take her off life support.
That's so sad. That is so sad.
She's probably one of the best family members ever.
Clancy McLaughlin fights back tears as he talks about his 24-year-old daughter, Jessica, who loves children and helping others.
I used to call her my green-haired warrior because she would take homeless people food. She would take clothes to people.
He tells us Jessica's assistant manager at a Hollywood 7-Eleven, Valeria Parra, brutally beat Jessica at work last week.
She
looks like jealousy. You know, we got to use our context clues, y'all. We different. We different. We don't just look at it on the surface. We got to look at the pictures. We got to look at the person that actually assaulted her. We got to look at the person that got assaulted. We got to look at every single detail. Looks like jealousy. Looks like jealousy to me. That's what it looks like. Doesn't look like anything other than a hot, jealous moment from a person, from another woman that wanted to see her fall and wanted to see, her suffer. That's what it looks like to me. Don't look like nothing other than jealousy. What else could it be? Why would another woman that is your manager beat you into a coma to where you pass away and put their life on the line? This didn't come from a man. This didn't come from a man. Fellas, it's not our time. It's not our time, fellas. This did not come from a man. This came from a woman. Looks like a woman that maybe be on TikTok talking about story time. They don't necessarily like girls and all of this other type of stuff. This came from a woman. It didn't come from a man.
Valeria Parra brutally beat Jessica at work last week.
Her heart stopped, so she couldn't breathe. She lost all oxygen to her brain for over 10 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
And she basically is declared brain dead now.
Clancy says the assistant manager would bully his daughter at work. And then last Tuesday, as his daughter was getting ready to leave work for the day, Valeria attacked his petite daughter.
She physically grabbed her by her hair, was swinging her around, threw her on the ground, and she sat on top of her chest while she was physically assaulting her.
Yep, sounds like jealousy. And this is another reason why I'm very protective over my daughter. I know y'all think that men and women are the same because, like, for example, I'm sure that he was just a good father that was raising his child and stuff like this. But this is why I am very, very... When Rita got pregnant and I found out it was a girl, I had a different mentality than if it would have been a boy. And I actually wanted a girl, and I told y'all that I wanted a girl because all of my brothers had boys, and my mother had always wanted a boy. And so she had a bunch of boys, and then my brothers had a bunch of boys, and then my mother always wanted a girl. So that's why I named my daughter Leslie after my mother, right? But when I found out that it was a girl, it gave me an extra level of motivation to make sure that not only did I keep the family together, not only did I be an example of how I treated her mother so that she'll look for a man such as her father and how it is that he operates on a daily basis, but also I knew that I had to be rich. I had to get rich, and I had to add an extra layer of protection over my daughter because I didn't want her operating in the same way that a lot of these other younger parents and these younger kids giving their kids jobs, forcing them to get out of the house by 18. Yo, you your own person now. You got to figure it out for yourself. I never wanted that for my daughter. And my daughter doesn't even want that. Even as my daughter is not the type of kid. I remember when I was 18, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to get off to college so that I can go and party and all of that stuff. She not that type of person. She like, yo, when we get in a bigger house, this is what we gonna do. And when we do this and when we do that, because Dad, I'm staying here forever. And I'm sure that at some point she'll probably grow and mature to where she want her own place. And then at that point, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna build her own separate residence on the same land that we're on, so she could just be right there in the back, so I can keep a close eye on her until she get married. But the point is that I had to have an extra layer of protection, and it gave me an extra boost of motivation because I knew that men and guys have to go out and suffer, even if it's in a controlled environment, versus a woman and a lady having to be protected. And if the minute that I would have found out, and I'm not saying that the dad did anything different, but the minute that I found out that my daughter was getting bullied in the workplace, oh no, go ahead and quit. That's it. That's it. It's over for you. That's it. It's over. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret that I've never told y'all. Something small. Maybe I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago or something. We had sold the restaurant and retired, and everything had went well or whatever. And Rita was like, "Oh, I'm bored or whatever," because I wasn't building a house; I was just buying them turnkey. Rita said, "I'm bored. I'm about to go and do something. I want to do something. I want to find a job or something like that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." She went and she got a job for like 3 days or something like that, and she was like, it's this manager guy, and he was trying to tell me what to do. I was like, oh, that's it. Enough of you. I said, you still want to work there? She's like, I'm coming home. I'm not about to be out here working for nobody else. She said, I thought I was just going to do something for fun. I wanted to do some like stylist type stuff or whatever. I wanted to, do that. I was like, that's it. Someone who told you what to do? This is the honest to God truth. I said, who told you what to do? No, I can't have no man. I can't have no man sitting there having some kind of, and this is just the way that I think. I can't have any man saying that he told my wife what to do. That can't happen. Who told you what to do? Oh no, got me heated up in this mug. I'm about to go crash out. Who told you what to do? He told you to do what? Told you to go put something on the shelf. Come on home. Enough of this experiment. Sometimes you gotta let women go out there and suffer for themselves so that they can realize what it is that they got. And so she's like, oh, cause she was like, she didn't want to quit because she didn't want me to know that she was about to quit. So she was like, it's 3 days. She's just like, so she calls herself telling on the manager so that I could tell her to quit. I know how y'all operate. Y'all some different creatures. Baby. I said, what's going on, babe? I didn't like the way I was being told to put this on the shelf. So I said, who told you to put something on the shelf? This guy manager. I was like, I said, you can come. I said, you still want to stay there? This is her response. Not if you don't want me to. I said, you still want to stay there? Not if you don't want me to. All right, come on, you can come on home. And then come home and immediately take a nap. Oh man. But the point is that women need to be, in my opinion, women need to be protected differently than guys. Women going 7-Eleven. You know how dangerous it is to work at a 7-Eleven? That is the central hub for the lowest common criminal that wants to get some money and rob a store and get some money to go and buy some crack. That's the honest to God truth. That is the lowest hub, 7-Eleven, liquor store, gas station. And again, I get it. He's a good father. He wanted her to, she got a job and all of this stuff. I can't in good conscience ever let my daughter go and work at a convenience store. I just can't. It's the place that is, and see, this is the purview of a man. A man is always looking. He paying attention. He looking at stuff. All you thinking of is, oh, I want to get some work experience. I need something to do after school. I'm looking at no, because that crackhead and your manager over there is gonna get jealous of you and put you and beat the hell out of you and make you brain dead. Time to go home. Time to go home. I know a woman that hit me up the other day. Not even the other day. It was probably like a couple months ago. Hit me up and said, Anton, what do you think about me going into upper leadership? I said, well, what does that entail? Well, I would have to do more work. And I said, you would have to mess up your work from home? Uh-huh. Don't do it. I don't care what the number is. I don't care how much money it is. You don't do it. Hello? So what now?
He said that's all they have.
The rental car is a what?
A GV80.
Oh, the GV80 is dope. GV80 is dope. It's the truck, right?
It's like a yeah.
No, the GV80 is dope. That's cool.
It's not as big as like what you normally get.
It's okay. Just get the GV80. That's all they got. It's a nice truck.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. I was just on you.
All right, bye. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Rita calling me because I sent her and Leslie out of town. I told him I'll be there tomorrow. She calling me. It's a GV80. Okay, so what's the problem? It's not as big as the ones you usually get. You think that's okay? Yeah, go ahead, get the GV80. I ain't never seen this car before. I don't know what this is. What is this? A Chinese car? Nah, honey, that's a Hyundai. That's the Genesis. Okay. It don't look as big. I don't know about this one. Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. It's fine. Call you about everything. That's what. Where's Booby? Where's Booby from the beginning of the show? Booby, this is what happens when you in a good space. You don't have problems. First world problems become huge issues for certain women because they're well taken care of. First world problems they become huge issues for some women. I don't think Anton like women.
A co-worker tried to help. Clancy says Valeria then went after the co-worker.
And at that time, Jessica got up and she said, call 911. I can't breathe. And then she collapsed. And at that point, I understand that the assistant manager hit her one more time.
Valeria apparently then fled.
But even before that, she was trying to go back into the back office and try to delete the video of the attack.
Police tell us they responded to the scene and are continuing to search for the attacker. Meantime, the family is preparing to say their final goodbyes on Wednesday.
Such a pretty girl. And then the lady, the manager that beat the hell out of her, gonna try to go in the back and delete the video evidence. And now she on the run. That's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. Prayers up for the family. Prayers up for the family, man.